In 2020, we were not only dealing with COVID, but as the year went on, police brutality became a bigger topic than ever before, due to the deaths of Breonna Taylor and most famous George Floyd. Due to COVID, the NBA had went into quarantine and had created the bubble, which was essentially a stadium or area where the players could stay if they had qualified for the bubble and were able to compete for the championship. If you were in the bubble, you were not allowed to leave for any reason at all, not even to get food because they were providing food. So after games, we were seeing many reporters ask questions about the deaths of these two people, and many athletes were standing up for what they believed in. Throughout the history of sports, we have seen many athletes stand up and speak against the things that they believe is wrong. Sadly, we've seen many of those athletes either be fined or blackballed or receive backlash for any reason just for standing up for what they believe in. This should not, for me, I totally believe this should not be the case. Athletes should be able to stand up for what they believe in without any consequence at all, unless they're sharing information that leads to hate or backlash to other races or people or a community in general. Letting athletes stand up for what they believe in can lead to good things for the league and the communities around them. A good example of this would be the 2014 protest the Clippers players had against their owner, Donald Sterling, as well as athletes going to the BLM protest to show their support during 2020. In 2014, members of the Clippers decided to protest the owner before the game. They did so by flipping their warm-up jerseys inside out and throwing them on the floor to allow the fans and audience to understand that they would no longer want to be associated with a team who had a racist owner. After many protests and opinions, the racist owner, according to NPR.org, was fined $2.5 million and was banned for life from the NBA. This is obviously a good thing because racism, just not a good thing at all. Who wants to play for a racist owner, and who wants to see racist people out there succeed with that type of money? You might be wondering what type of people might send out backlash for these athletes, and to that I say shut up and dribble. Those exact words were said by Fox News reporter Laura Ingraham. She said this because athlete LeBron James, in an interview, was talking about, at the time, President Trump, and he was talking about politics. LeBron is one of the most accomplished black athletes on and off the court of all time, doing things like coming back down 3-1 in the finals against the Golden State Warriors, and even building his own school off the court. According to NPR.org, Ingraham said she was not interested in the political advice from someone who gets paid hundreds of millions of dollars a year to bounce a ball. This is completely ignorant, if you ask me. And just because they get paid millions to play kid games does not mean athletes can't speak out for what they believe in, or doesn't mean they don't know what they're talking about at all. What consequences can arise from standing up for what you believe in? Well, let's look at NFL former quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers before he decided to take a kneel during the anthem before a game. He did so, as he said, to stand up against systemic racism that has been going on in America for as long as he can remember. Before he took the knee, he, as a quarterback, was one of the most accomplished quarterbacks at the time in the NFL. He had taken his team to the Super Bowl, to the playoffs many times, and he was just striving. After the knee, he was taking loads of backlash from the president, people around the NFL, pretty much everyone, to be honest. And like I said, at the time of him taking the knee, he was a good starting quarterback who could find a roster spot on almost any team in the NFL. Now he is no longer a quarterback at all, and he's trying to find his way back in. There have been many discussions with people saying that he's being blackballed by the NFL, and I would totally agree, because at the time in 2017 when he had officially stopped playing because nobody was trying to sign him, people like DeShone Kizer and Josh McCown, and if you know anything about football, you would know DeShone Kizer, one, isn't a good quarterback. I don't even think if he's on the roster right now in the NFL. And 2, Josh McCown has played for 10 NFL teams as of 2020. I believe that athletes should not be hated on at all for standing up for what they believe in on a public stage. People who oppose to this are simply lacking the understanding the fact that athletes truly understand what's going around in this world, and they have the platform to be able to put out help and let people know what they believe in, and that this is good and this is wrong just based off what they think. So the next time you hear about a national or global problem going around, I really suggest that you listen and let the athletes speak, because a lot of those athletes understand what's going on, and they're receiving loads of hate for no reason. Thank you.